Who will Liverpool replace Trent Alexander Arnold with? Now that we know Trent is gone to Madrid, it's 100% going to happen. Who is going to step in and fill some pretty big shoes historically, maybe not this season, but who's going to become Liverpool's new starting right back? Let's dive in. I've got 3 interesting and intriguing options, and this got me really excited. I didn't want Trent to leave, but Trent is leaving, and I actually think we're going to be better off. I really do. I wouldn't have said that a year or two ago, but now seeing how arneslot chooses to use his right back in his system, I think we're going to be a better team moving forward. So first and foremost, of course, it's Connor Bradley. Obviously, already at Liverpool, we've seen what he can do, what he can be. He's 21 years old. He's played in 21 matches this season under arneslot with 2 assists. He's Premier League proven and to a degree Champions League proven as well, but he is a little injury prone. But let's look at some stats from the man, Connor Bradley. Really, really good. Look, this is his passing stats right here. So we're not going to lose much from the passing. Now, obviously, you look at the red here. The passes completed long. The passes attempted long. The pass completion long. We will suffer in that area. But I think that's fine because I don't think arneslot really wants to play that way. He doesn't want to bomb the ball forward. And there's really no one else in world football that can do that like Trent Alexander Arnold. So I think we increase. Now I'm going to compare these 3 options that I'm going to get. I'm going to compare all of them side by side with Trent Alexander Arnold. And you'll get to see that here in a minute with Connor Bradley. But clearly we have a very good passing right back in Connor Bradley. And I think there's other things here too. Look at this. Connor Bradley, good passer, but also a decent defender. Now, there's some things here that I think he could improve on. But there's some good things here as well. I think just the errors, there is a very good stat. He has not committed an error. And then I think he's very good at challenging dribblers. When somebody is running at him with the ball, he's very good at challenging them, tackling them, getting the ball back. He's a good tackler. Nothing really stands out here like in a big way, but Connor Bradley is a decent defender. Now, I think these stats don't tell the whole story. I think if you watch Connor Bradley, you do see a better defender than what these stats bring. And I think, too, if he was given a proper run out and was able to stay healthy for an extended period of time, you'd only see these get better. But look at this. One of the best carriers of the ball, right back carriers of the ball. Connor Bradley's numbers with the ball at his feet are very, very good. Carries, total carrying distance, and I've highlighted that one, touches in the attacker's penalty area. Connor Bradley gets forward more than any other right back when he plays. And if you watch him play, you know that. He gets forward. Somehow he's just all over everywhere. He's able to defend. He's able to get forward. I don't think from an attacking standpoint, Liverpool would suffer with Connor Bradley as our starting right back. I think we actually might be better off from an attacking standpoint. Now, less long balls over the top, but more connection, more control, which is what arneslot will want. So that's solid. Here's a look at the side-by-side comparison of Connor Bradley and Trent Alexander Arnold. Now, I think you got to look at this and see, okay, assists and goals, we might suffer just a little bit, maybe not a ton, but you look at, Trent Alexander Arnold had a couple goals this season. Connor Bradley did not. But you look at the XG, and Connor Bradley's actually a little bit better. So that's promising. And then just the shot creating actions, expected assists, all that stuff, Trent is better. But it's not this massive drop off. Now, passing, I think overall, Connor might be a better passer of the ball. Besides those long balls, I think Connor is actually a better Look, passing completion, there's a big gap there. And then carrying the ball, Connor, much better. Much better. And you just think about the past 2 years, Connor Bradley gets that ball. He is a fantastic dribbler, and he is dangerous when he has the ball at his feet. Trent, not so much. He relies more on his passing. And then defensively, Trent slightly better at tackles and interceptions. Well, a lot better at interceptions, but I think that's just the style of which they play. And Connor Bradley, much, much better in the air, much better with clearances, and I think we do get a better defender. Okay, number 2. Javaro Reed, this is the 18-year-old, I'll call him a wonder kid at Feyenoord. I think he's turning some heads there. He was purchased by Arne Slot when he was at Feyenoord. So we already know Arne Slot rates this kid. Now, I don't know if Slot would say, yes, he is good enough for Liverpool, but over the course of 26 matches this season, he's got 1 goal, 6 assists, and check out these stats. These are actually kind of fascinating. So these are Javaro Reed's passing statistics. Very, very good. Now, this is not just in the Dutch league, the Eredivisie. This is actually in several Champions League games as well for Feyenoord. So yes, he's playing in a lesser league in the Dutch league than the Premier League, of course. Major gap there. But these are also statistics in the Champions League playing against very good European teams. And man, look at these numbers. Excellent passer, probably one of the best passing right backs in world football, in European football. Now, I get it, he's playing against lesser opponents, but still, you have to compare these stats. Very, very good. He's assisting at an alarming rate with teammates at Feyenoord. So he's working with what he has. He's playing against lesser competition, but these numbers are fantastic. And he's only 18, guys. He's only 18. So he's only going to get better. And by the way, he's not that bad of a defender. He's actually pretty good. Look at these numbers. Dribblers tackled, dribbles challenged, dribbles tackles percentage, 96th percentile there. He's a very, very good tackler when people are running at him. And then tackles plus interceptions, a very important metric. That's in the 80th percentile, and he doesn't commit errors. So he's a pretty good defender. Now, what does he do with the ball at his feet? Well, he's actually a pretty good carrier of the ball. Not as much as Connor Bradley, but still a very respectable player with the ball at his feet. And he doesn't mind having the ball. He doesn't mind taking a bunch of touches per 90. So pretty good. Here is Javaro Reed alongside of Trent. Obviously, you still, again, lose some of the attacking prowess and the goal-scoring prowess there. But look at the passing, the assists, expected assists. He's right up there with Trent. And, again, only 18 years old. And then the passing statistics, the carries, better than Trent. And maybe not as good of a defender. In some areas he is. Tackling he is. Clearances he is. About the same, blocks maybe a little bit different, but he's better in the air. But yeah, so Javaro Reed, I don't think he comes in and starts for Liverpool. There's no way. But if Slot wants to bring him in and be the understudy to maybe Connor Bradley, or maybe this guy, by the way, this is Javaro Reed alongside of Connor Bradley. Reed's numbers look pretty good. I think Bradley's probably overall a better player, but Javaro Reed at 18, again, could be the understudy to Bradley, or he could be the understudy to this magnificent right back. Look at this guy. It's Vanderson, the Brazilian maestro, the Monaco right back. He is a defensive master. You're going to just gasp at his defensive numbers. 36 matches this year, 1 goal, 3 assists. And again, this is including Champions League games for Monaco. So Vanderson has proved himself on the European stage. Let's look at some of his numbers. A decent passer of the ball, not by any means the best at any of these metrics, but actually a decent long passer. So, if you want to retain some of the Trent attributes there, he's actually a pretty good passer of the ball over long distances. And he can assist and he can pass. Not the best passer for short and medium, but that could be worked on, and certainly in a better team like Liverpool, we could see those numbers improve. He is, decent at goal scoring and goal creating actions. So honestly, not bad at all. Goal creating actions, 0.45. That's the 93rd percentile. That's really good. So we're not going to lose much in our attack and our link-up play by having Vanderson be there at the right back. Now, look at this. Whew. Decent numbers with the ball at his feet. He doesn't mind it. Touches live ball, 88th percentile. So he's not going to shy away from possession like we know maybe a Jero Kwanzaa would at right back. But the biggest thing with Vanderson is he is a fantastic defender. Certainly one of the best defenders in Europe at right back. Just look at these numbers. So much green here. So much green. 94th percentile for tackles, 96th percentile for tackles won. Tackles in the middle third, 98th percentile. Loves tackling dribblers. Passes blocked, 96th percentile. Interceptions, 96th percentile. Tackle plus interceptions combined. He is the best in the world at 99th percentile. Okay, so Vanderson, absolutely a beast on defense. Now, it really comes down to what does Arne Slot want that player to do? Does he want that player to be more of an attacking right back, which I think would be a Trent or a Connor Bradley, maybe a Javaro Reed, or does he want to shore up that defense in a big way and still have a guy who can get forward and actually be pretty good in attack? So you look at these side-by-sides right here. I think it's pretty clear who the better overall player is. Just, a balanced player like Vanderson could bring a lot of value to a team like Liverpool under Arne Slot. Yes, you do get a drop off with goals and assists, but look at everything else. Carries, passing, tackles, defense. A very, very good player in Vanderson who's not going to completely break the bank. And again, Connor Bradley hasn't had a lot of opportunities this season, but you can see Vanderson is the more balanced player. I would not be sad if Liverpool went out and bought this Vanderson guy and kind of told Connor Bradley, like, hey, strengthen up. You're a great player. You've got a future at Liverpool, but you've got to get healthy and you've got to stay healthy and you've got to prove that you can do that. Because this Vanderson guy is so good. I mean, he's a very, very good player. So look at this. Look at this. How does this make you feel? Kirkes in at left back. I do feel like we are going to sign Milos Kirkes to be our new starting left back. I do want Andy Robertson to stay, but I do want Kirkes to come in and be the guy. I feel really good about that back line. Connor Bradley, Kirkes, those two guys bombing down the left and right sides. And you don't have to have Szoboszlai and Salah tracking back every time the opposition gets the ball to help out Trent Alexander Arnold at that right back position. Same with Konate. He's a little bit more freed up to defend his area rather than having to, help the liability that Trent Alexander Arnold was on defense. Now, how does this make you feel? I actually might feel a little bit better because I think our defense would be stronger with Vanderson back there than Connor Bradley. I love Connor Bradley, don't get me wrong, but Vanderson, oh my goodness, this guy is really good. And you bring in Vanderson and Kirkes, two guys that are 21 and 23 years old, and you've got speed, you've got power, you've got pace, you've got guys who can get forward and contribute to the attack. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic prospect, and honestly, if we didn't sign anyone for that right back position and we ran it back with Connor Bradley, if Connor Bradley can get into the Ruben Peters gymnasium, strengthen up, identify what are your weak points physically, get fit, stay fit, I think Connor Bradley could be so good. I think Connor Bradley could be world class. He's just got to stay healthy. He's just got to stay on the pitch. But I'm honestly, either way, I'm excited. I think we are better off without Trent. It would have been nice to have 100 million pounds in our pocket and see him out the door. But it is what it is. And Liverpool Football Club move on. And we'll be better off for it. And so I'm excited to see what the future holds for right back, but also for Liverpool Football Club under Arne Slot. I think it's going to be great. Let me know what you think in the comments. Get them in below. As always, up the Reds.